Up until this point, episodes of Thomas the Tank Engine or Thomas and Friends have largely been about delivering important messages or morals, obviously really beneficial to younger viewers and older viewers watching it as well. But with Thomas Goes Fishing, this is the first time we get an injection of silliness, at least silliness at the forefront of the narrative. It's something that I think young children can find very funny, very entertaining, a little bit silly, and maybe not the most realistic, but who knows, maybe this kind of thing has happened before. It's the 12th episode, and in this one, Thomas is very thirsty, and the only source of water they have is the river. And there's this beautiful bit where they're clearly somebody, not to spoil it, but clearly somebody out of shot has got a bit of string with this teeny tiny bucket on the end of it, and they're lowering this bucket down and bringing it back up again. It's very smoothly done. And then we see water being poured into Thomas. And again, the movement of the water is very smooth. It's a very easy transition and very pleasing to watch. And, that seems fine. He's had a drink. But then something goes wrong with Thomas's tank. And, well, will I say what it is? In a moment I'll say what it is. But I have to say, very well shot. Very brilliantly shot. There's this fantastic close-up of the Fat Controller with a handkerchief to his face. The reason why is rather entertaining. We have a lot of close-ups of the little people, of the little figurines. Thomas has some brilliant facial expressions. The way they made his face look kind of red, as if he was very hot and desperate for a drink, I thought was just brilliant. And as I said, the movement of the bucket, of the flowing of the water, everything just worked very fantastically well. Very, very well shot. Now, the spoiler from now, what actually happens is there are fish. And I was hoping we'd see the fish, but the splashy noises, the splishy splashies of the sounds of the fish swimming, that's a mouthful to say, I thought were brilliant. You could really get the sound effects of fish having a splash in this water. It was very, I was going to say realistic, maybe is too an extreme a word, but definitely I thought it was very atmospheric and I rather enjoyed it. And as I said, there's no real moral or message there that can relate to children, but the story itself is something that I think will become quite fun, quite silly and entertaining. And what they did with the fish afterwards, I just thought was, well, it made me smile. It made me chuckle a little bit. So for the first time, we have one that's, in my opinion, purely about the entertainment value, rather than being about the moral or message. And I don't know if that's going to be what it's like going forward, because while I remember Thomas, other than the episode where James got stung on the nose, I actually don't remember any other episode very vividly. I don't know why I remember that one so well. So I don't know if going forward they're going to go back to having important lessons about patience and sharing and helping others, or if they're going to be more narrative driven and entertaining with, obviously, vocabulary that children can learn and facts about engines. So we'll see. I'm very curious, but Thomas Goes Fishing is definitely an interesting turning point. Very well filmed, and still very nostalgic.